embedded 21st century skills, including the Arizona Technology Standards as appropriate with the curriculum while ensuring equitable access to all learners.
What does technology do for your students?
What does technology do for my students? I use technology for my graphic design and video production classes. Technology is more of a tool. It helps my students adapt to industry where they have the proper tools to be successful in job placement after school.
Okay. How will it help them in the future?
Like I said, it's a tool, but we're preparing them for the future by staying up to date with technology. That gives them an advantage, once they get out of high school. In
what ways do you incorporate technology into your class?
Actually, a variety of different ways. We use a lot of different pieces of technology to turn in assignments, to modify assignments that we've actually started with, hand drawing and things like that. We use it daily to document our progress, to keep track of.
How does technology inspire your students?
Well, it helps to motivate them as they're able to work in an environment that they're familiar with. And it allows them an opportunity to be able to expand their creativity. An example would be as the students are composing some of their music, they can hear instantaneously what it's going to sound like with a full band or an orchestra, and then be able to instantly make the changes instead of having to wait for someone to be able to play their composition for them.
How do you use technology in the classroom?
I use it as a supplement to our curriculum, allowing students the opportunity to be able to review and reinforce skills in a fun and exciting way. I use it to give opportunities to students to be able to view live performances that they wouldn't normally be able to see. And these can be great examples for them to be able to use as modeling tools. I also do a lot of cross-curricular projects in my classes so that we can collaborate with other curriculum areas such as English, CTE, and
help you prepare for your future?
Well, in music tech, we actually are learning the basics of putting music towards different things like movie theaters, and then of course you get to work slower. If you don't understand it, you could always look back, and then you get to learn how to make music. And for me, I want to be a music teacher when I'm older, so it's kind of teaching me how different ways to teach students when I'm older.
What does technology do for you and your students?
Technology gives us access to levels of math. We use a program called Logger Pro, which allows students to access math that they weren't ready for yet, but can still get the concepts up. So it's a great way for us to get at the concepts in physics without being at the same sort of level of math necessary for it. A lot of what we're studying now would require calculus, but many of the students, while they're starting calculus now, aren't ready for those levels of mathematics. So the programs that we use, the motion detectors we use, also there's a higher level of accuracy that we get out of it with just stopwatches and meter sticks. The example I would give is the experiment we're doing today. This experiment we're using motion detectors, which are giving us very accurate readings of positions and times, which normally they'd have to do with meter sticks and stopwatches, which is very inaccurate. So it's an excellent usage. Also, it puts a lot of it in graphical form, which makes it very easy for the students to read, and gives them a real sense of sort of like a field scientist using scientific technology instead of just doing math problems or word problems on the board or in a book. So it's a way to get them into sort of using the tools of a scientist as well.
Do you think we need more technology savvy people in today's world?
Oh, without a doubt. We're a technology society. People have cell phones that are pretty much computers. So we are becoming more and more tech savvy. But we're also, because we have so much technology, some people aren't tech savvy because some of the technology is so easy to use that we're not as good with new technology or developing new technology. So part of the exposure to this technology is good in that we want people not only just to know how to use it, which most people at this point are pretty familiar with the usage of technology, but we want them to also be able to think about how to make new technologies. because that's really what's more important. Everyone figures out the current technology. It's the new technology which is important for people to discover.
Technology help you in the classroom?
Technology helps us in the classroom when we're trying to evaluate velocity and acceleration of objects. Like right now we're doing a lab on tennis balls and their acceleration down an inclined ramp, and so we use technology to be able to get the position graphs and then the velocity graphs and the acceleration graphs, all of which we can analyze and formulate equations from.